This match is one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, weighing in at 226 pounds from Havana, Cuba, the Cuban Mercenary. And his opponent, weighing 226 pounds from Santa Fe, New Mexico, he is the U.S. Heavyweight Champion, Shawn Cruz.
Well, Billy, here we go. Shawn Cruz. And, man, don't forget we got towns coming up.
That's right.
With a bunch of matches that apparently I can't get out.
In the Saudi Arabian spike match.
It is. Saudi Arabian spike match. Sheikh Akbar, Daddy Ray, Mount Hope Heritage Center, December 1st. After what happened last time at Mount Hope, Mark Wood has announced this match. And then what about the big announcement on Saturday, December the 8th in Grafton for IWWA, Crash Cassidy and Sheikh Akbar in a lumberjack match, plus Adam Thomas, Manny Fernandez, so many more are going to be in Grafton that night.
That's right. A lot of great matchups coming out, and
the stars of USA Championship Wrestling everywhere in the great state of West Virginia. But now we have Shawn Cruz taking on the Cuban Mercenary here. Shawn Cruz, the champion. I'm not sure how Mercenary was able to get this match, and Cruz just throws Mercenary out of the ring.
Yeah, just toying with him, and Mercenary trying to make his way back to the ring. And, you know, I was just looking over, and it looks like Jeff James is in the crowd tonight from J&J News. I don't know. He's been with the company before.
Yeah, but he hasn't been with the company for a while. I mean, you can see it in the top right of your screen at certain times, but he is sitting in the crowd tonight. You know, he did have a match with Cuban Assassin. You know, I'm not sure what happened.
Didn't work out very well for him.
Didn't work out, but now he's here sitting in the crowd. But, you know, now we got the Cuban Dynasty out here, both Cuban Mercenary and Cuban Commando out here.
Yeah, and you have to wonder what Cuban Assassin instructed them. I know that he's wanting a shot at that U.S. title. As Shawn Cruz just having his way right now. Now, as I say that, the Cuban Mercenary reversing.
But where's the Cuban Assassin? Why is he not out here? We know he's here. We just seen him.
That's right. I guess he's wanting them to find out on their own what the advantages of him being out here is versus the disadvantages of him not being out here. But you got to think that they would need him out here against the U.S. heavyweight champion, Shawn Cruz.
Yeah, as Shawn Cruz, we've seen the evil Shawn Cruz come back when he went after Crash Cassidy and actually won the title in Mullins, West Virginia just a few weeks ago. But now Shawn Cruz gave this kid, the Cuban Mercenary, a chance a couple of times to leave, and he wouldn't, so I guess he's going to have to teach him a lesson here.
That's right, and he is teaching him a lesson, just, again, toying with him, just working on that, all these small joint manipulations. Oh, stomping right on that hand of the Cuban Mercenary.
Oh, now got him in an armbar there. Referee needs to check with the Cuban Mercenary here.
Yeah, referee J.T. McLovin, who has instructed me that he is old enough to party.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure that.
Our producer liked that comment, by the way.
We try to please everybody when we can.
Well, thank you to Cucumber Company for allowing our producer to be here this evening. They let him out of the basement for a little while. But now it looks like Shawn Cruz was actually trying to turn the mask around a little bit there, kind of disable the Cuban Mercenary a little bit.
Yeah, if you can't see, you can't fight. But Cuban Mercenary fighting back.
He's trying to fight back, that's for sure. Knocking Shawn Cruz back into the turnbuckle. comes with a couple right hands. Oh, and that big forearm right to the side of the head. Oh, and an uppercut.
And another European uppercut. And a forearm right across the shoulder blades puts Cuban Mercenary back down to his knees. And you can see the U.S. champion, Shawn Cruz, in full advantage here.
Yeah, and now he's teasing Cuban Commando, telling the Cuban Commando to get in. Does he want to take both of them on? I don't think that would be very smart of the champion, no matter who you are.
No, and we do know the Cuban Mercenary has had a match already, but Cuban Mercenary, he's getting in some licks there.
Oh, a poke in the eye right there. And sometimes, you don't always get it, a thumb to the eye will definitely blur your vision for a minute, especially if someone gets it good. But even with someone attempting to come to you, if they just graze it, it can really mess you up.
And a 2 count there, and of course, anytime you get hit in the eye any way, shape, or form, it's going to do some damage. It's going to cause blurred vision. And you could hear Shawn Cruz saying that he told the Cuban assassin that he would take care of him.
Yeah, and Billy, I want to point out here, I think the crowd hates Shawn Cruz so much, especially being the champion, beating their hero, Crash Cassidy, that they are cheering for the Cuban dynasty. They are cheering for the Cuban Mercenary here.
Yeah, and that shows you how hated Shawn Cruz is right now, that even though he's the champion, he beat their champion, who you could still say is the people's champion here in the Bluefield Sports Arena, Crash Cassidy, who will get a title match coming up soon, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he still has his rematch. And now just beating the Mercenary right here. And he's just still yelling at the Cuban Commando, who's still feeling the effects of that opening contest.
The Cuban Commando to get in the ring, and he wants both of them. So I guess what Sam Justice, was unable to do, the Cuban assassin has made sure that Shawn Cruz would get the job done, and that's what we see here against the Cuban Mercenary.
And maybe Cuban assassin is the one that planned this. Maybe he's the one that, of course, set up Sam Justice going against the Cuban Commando, but then he probably was like, well, I'm going to give the Mercenary to Shawn Cruz because he knows what Shawn Cruz can do to him, just like he knew what Sam Justice could do to the Cuban Commando.
Exactly, and this could be it now. And the referee counting 2, but not in full position there. But
he wasn't in full position, but he was able to see that the Mercenary was able to kick out. But then Shawn Cruz right there just choking the man out and driving the elbow into the upper chest. And now I think Shawn Cruz is just playing with him, Billy.
Yeah, he's taunting fans. He's taunting the Cuban Commando. He's enjoying himself right now in that ring.
Oh!
But I don't think he enjoyed that.
No, he went to the well one too many times. And Mercenary got that air in him, was able to move, kind of shook the cobwebs off. Right hand, another right hand. Once again, like I said, this is very odd for the Cuban dynasty. The crowd's actually cheering for them a little bit.
That's right, and it doesn't matter who you're in the ring with, when, and where. All it takes is one mistake, and the odds could go in the Cuban Mercenary's favor. But it looks like Shawn Cruz might be trying to load up that elbow pad.
Yeah, of course we know that finish of his, that big roaring elbow of his. But now the Mercenary goes up, and then he gets caught with that elbow, and he goes down, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. There's your winner, the U.S. champion, Shawn Cruz.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and still U.S. heavyweight champion, Shawn Cruz.
Shawn Cruz able to come away with that win, still champion. But the Cuban dynasty definitely not real happy about that, I'm sure. But I wonder if the Cuban assassin is happy about what Shawn Cruz has been able to do. And actually, speaking of the devil, Cuban assassin asking for the Cuban dynasty to come over to the interview area. Cuban,
What is your problem, huh? I'm trying to help you, and what you do, you still end up losing. What does your grandfather think of you if he sees this? And you, what do you think you're doing? You can't out-wrestle a wrestler. That's what Shawn Cruz is. You fell for his tricks. You didn't even go and do anything I taught you. Did I not teach you? Huh? Come here. You. What's your problem, huh?
Oh, come on.
What's your problem?
Hey,
huh?
come on, Cuban.
What's your problem, huh? Oh, you want to hit your old man now, huh? You think you're man enough to hit me, huh? You think you're man enough to hit me, huh? You think you're man enough, huh? You think you're man enough, huh? You think you're man enough, huh? You think you're man enough? Let me tell you something. You stinking people. You shut your stinking mouth. This is tough love. I'm going to teach my son and my nephew how to be champions. I got to beat it out of them. No matter what it takes, if I have to beat it out of them, I'll beat it out of them. By the way, I loved your TV commercial.